Hello, everyone. I am Renee Cobb, and welcome to Overtones Live.
Water is 100 proof. Raise the barn and raise the roof. Horsepower of a different breed, built for comfort and for speed. And bluegrass don't need cutting. Mountain high and valley low, God beside me, here I go. With all the gold and undue spare, summer wind and bluegrass don't need cutting. Oh, the sun shines bright in the green rolling hills of my birth, and you're closer to heaven than any other place upon this earth.
Welcome, everyone. You are listening to the 212th broadcast of Overtones Live, presented by Listen Locally Tennessee. And this week, we are on the road, coming to you from Nashville, Southern Spoon and Saloon in Music City, USA. Thanks to all of you for joining us this evening as we present an incredible array of talent right here on this beautiful stage. Tonight we have a very special singer-songwriter showcase featuring two Kentuckians who are living and working in Music City, honing their musical craft in front of wonderful and appreciative audiences. First up, we will feature a set from an artist who plays in both a band and also performs acoustically. And we are so lucky to hear from him this evening on Overtones Live. Folks, we're about to spend the first part of this evening with Abel. Let me tell you a little bit about Ian. We met Ian actually in Hollywood after we were both participants in the Hollywood Independent Music Awards. And we were so glad to see a fellow Kentuckian in California. He is from Louisville, Kentucky, and he is also the frontman for Ian Abel Band. And the band is actually made up of accomplished studio and touring musicians. And let me just tell you just a little bit about one of the songs. One of the first songs released from a recording session that they did, titled Shoes, gained global recognition when it was licensed by All Elite Wrestling for a promotional video for the historic fight between Cody and Dustin Rhodes at the company's inaugural pay-per-view. Double or Nothing, nominated for Best Song and Original Score in a Trailer by the Hollywood Music and Media Awards. He has also performed with the band, headlining the famous Los Angeles venues like the Troubadour, Viper Room, Whiskey A Go-Go, and Hotel Cafe. And in 2022, he began touring as the lead guitar player for country music legend T. Graham Brown. Big guitars, big drums, and even bigger hooks. That's what Ian and the Ian Abel Band is all about. Please welcome to Overtones Live, Ian Abel.
Thank you for that lovely introduction.
You are welcome.
I was actually going to start off by singing Shoes, which is perfect. So now I don't have to say anything about it. Hi again, my name is Ian Abel. Originally from Louisville. I'm a new Nashville transplant, really. Parker here is apparently a killer thumb picking player, so I'm gonna try my hand here, a little finger picking myself. He's back on the street one more time. And he's playing his games without you in mind. He's on a one-way road away from your heart and headed downhill from the start. Passion will come to your rescue if I could only wear his shoes. I'd walk through fire so that you could see I'm the man that you really need. And step by step, you lose those blues if I could only wear his shoes. If I could only wear his shoes. You don't understand what he calls love. Because it's not what he says, it's what he does. Here's to sit alone, giving in to the fact that the love he gave and never came back. No, these loving arms will be holding you if I could only wear his shoes. I'd walk through fire so that you could see I'm the man that you really need. Step by step, you'd lose those blues if I could only wear his shoes. If I could only wear his shoes. Should I make the call and take the chance? Tonight you'll yearn for the lover's dance. I'll remind you of the fire when the hearts collide. The sweet desires in the heat of the night. Oh, love is something I could prove if I could only wear his shoes. And I would walk through fire so that you could see I'm the man that you really need. Step by step, you'd lose those blues if I could only wear his shoes. If I could only wear his shoes. Thank you, everybody. That song again is called Shoes, and you can find it on all streaming platforms. Just under Ian Abel Band. It's spelled just like that, just with band underneath or next to it. Glad to see my buddy Ricky Rayone from high school. Lives here in Nashville now. He actually used to be a bassist in our high school band, and he used to carry around the thing to make his fingers stronger in the hallways and would use it all the time. And the best part about Ricky was that he's a monster, so made loading in and loading out anywhere so easy because he would just pick all the speakers up and carry them himself. And I was like, this is great. Aside from being a great person and fun to hang out with. But now Ricky wears a suit of armor and beats people up in a ring. So what a guy. If things go real south, I'm going to go to Ricky's house and and hide behind him. This next song I'm going to play is called Stay Here. I'm going to probably put it out in March. I spent some time in Brazil, so it's got a little Portuguese in it. And I don't know if anyone speaks Portuguese here, but there's some really beautiful sayings I picked up, and one of them's called saudade. And it's more of a feeling than anything. It's when you really miss somebody or you really long for somebody. And the phrase is coitadinho de mim afagando saudade. And the phrase means essentially, poor me, coitadinho de mim, so like poor me, afagando saudade, I'm drowning in sorrow because I miss you. Gorgeous. And pretty sure I ripped that from a Brazilian guy named Chimaya. And you put it out of context, outside of your complex. When I told you I needed to leave, I'm always scratching at the surface, looking for what's bound to hurt us. You said it's causing the kink in the link. And stop digging, boy, and stay here. Stay here, don't go. If I could control it, I'd freeze time in this moment. Every morning when I wake up, lying next to a soldier who's showing only a shoulder, in control of a loaded gun. But don't run, boy, stay there. Yeah. Stay here, don't go. Stay here. Stay here, no, I ain't no. Would you know what it means if I told you saudade? Would you feel how I feel if I said to you saudade? And you put it into context, outside of my complex. When you told me you needed to leave, fica aqui, no, stay here. Stay here, don't go. Stay here. Stay here, no, don't go. Stay here, coitadinho de mim, afagando saudade. 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 Stay here. Stay here. Yeah. Thanks. That one's again called Stay Here. And bet you didn't think when you'd show up today and saw me take the stage that you'd be learning Portuguese. It's okay. That's pretty much all I've got for Portuguese. This next one's called Outlaw. It was nominated for a HIMA Hollywood Independent Music Award for Best Americana Song. It's not exactly Americana, more Leonard Skinner in the Coliseum, but yeah, I was still honored to go to it and met Renee and Warren, and the photo he posted of all of them, I was looking mighty toasty. But it was an honor to be there, met them, and now I'm here, so I'm going to play it. I heard a storm is a brewing, running with the devil only get you so far. But she that good, gonna lick her share from my back, trying to get you out low. A six-shooter on my side, when it comes the time I won't hesitate to use it. Working by the pale moonlight like a ghost in the night. I haunt you, on your kid. Cause I heard a storm is a brewing, running with the devil only get you so far. Well, she ain't good, gonna lick up sheriff on my back, trying to catch an outlaw. Call me the judge and the jury, ready with the heavy gauge shotgun. Track it that good, gonna lick up sheriff on my back, trying to catch an outlaw. Born into the Dixie mob with a loaded jaw of white lightning in my hand. I am a devil's son. If you cross this gun, I swear you'll be damned. Cause I heard a storm is a brewing, running with the devil only get you so far. Well, she ain't good, gonna lick up sheriff on my back, trying to catch an outlaw. Call me the judge and the jury, ready with the heavy gauge shotgun. Track it that good, gonna lick up sheriff on my back, trying to catch an outlaw. Deep in the holler, in blood lies the truth. We spend most our lives at the bottom of the pile. That shit is through. Heard a storm is a brewing, running with the devil only get you so far. But she ain't good, gonna lick a sheriff on my back, trying to catch an outlaw. Call me the judge and the jury, ready with the heavy gauge shotgun. Track it that good, gonna lick a sheriff on my back, trying to catch them in outlaw. Yeah. Cool. Thank you again to Overtones Live for having me on, and for Nash House for having us here. This is great for everybody coming out. All right, I'm Ian Abel. Thank you, everybody.
This headline artist we are featuring this evening is from Central Kentucky. He's now a 23-year-old who considers himself to be one of the lucky ones, and we'll tell you why. Being from Central Kentucky, I believe it's Richmond, Kentucky, I learned tonight, where there's a deep heritage of country, folk, and bluegrass music. Although no one in his family plays guitar, I found this really fascinating, by the way. It was always something that he wanted to do. He started playing guitar at age 6, quickly became hooked to it. He went to his first Tommy Emmanuel concert when he was 8 years old, and his life changed forever. He had never seen or heard anyone get those types of sounds out of a guitar, and he knew that entertaining people with music was what he wanted to do. And folks, we are about ready to spend this portion of the show with Parker Hastings. In May of 2022, he graduated from Belmont University with a BBA in music business. Congratulations on that. And has been excited to finish a new album in the interim. Have you finished that album?
It is done.
It is done. That's awesome. So he's looking forward to sharing his music for the Nash House audience here this evening. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming Parker Hastings to Overtones Live.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I can hear Kentucky calling me, whispering through my halls of memories. Bluegrass field and Maple Hill, I loved her then, I love her still. I can hear Kentucky calling me. Front porch dreamers picking old guitars, pony hound dogs singing to the stars. Sounds and scenes I left behind are evergreen up on my mind. I can hear Kentucky calling me. Front porch dreamers picking old guitars. Bony hound dogs singing to the stars. The sounds and scenes I left behind are evergreen up on my mind. I can hear Kentucky calling me. I can hear Kentucky calling me. All right, thank you. Playing a little Kentucky music for you. That was that first one I did was an original tune that's on my new album. Actually, it's called Twin Spires, named after Churchill Downs up in Louisville, and that tune I just did was an Osborne Brothers song called I Can Hear Kentucky Calling Me. And like Renee just mentioned a little bit ago, I came out with a new album actually in July of last year, and it's called Kentucky Sunshine because, as you've heard, I'm from Richmond, Kentucky, and I'm proud to be from Kentucky. And I thought I'd do the title track for you and play some other music from my new album too. And I might throw in just a few tunes that I love to play from some of my other favorite artists. So here's Kentucky Sunshine. Painted blackboard fence along a field of hopes and dreams. It's springtime in the bluegrass and there's nothing in between. Chasing that feeling of the cool morning dew. I wish I could bring it with me so you could feel it too. Well, that sweet Kentucky sunshine is beaming down on me. I can see it from my front porch in the hills of Tennessee. And it's shining so bright, and it makes those corn tops ripe. It's a part of who I am and who I'll be. At the foothills of the mountains, there's an Appalachian breeze. Maybe hear those coal trains whistle through the giant tulip trees. Bourbon has a home like the amber evening sky. Driving down those winding roads, I won't ever say goodbye to that sweet Kentucky sunshine that's beaming down on me. I can see it from my front porch in the hills of Tennessee. And it's shining so bright, and it makes those corn tops ripe. It's a part of who I am and who I'll be. I wouldn't trade those days for anything. My old Kentucky home is a song I'll always sing. You know that sunlight will follow where I go. It's just a part of who I am, and I'll always let you know about that sweet Kentucky sunshine that's beaming down on me. Well, you might see it from your front porch or wherever you might be. And it's shining so bright, but people always treat you right. It's a part of who I am and who I'll be. It's a part of who I am and who I'll be. Who I'll be. Oh, who I'll be. Yeah, thank you. I'm going to do one of my favorite Vince Gill tunes for you. This is kind of in a more thumb-picking style, or finger style, which is kind of what I'm influenced by, because that came from Kentucky too. You've got my number, and you've got my name. So why don't you call me Little Liza Jane? You've got that body, you've got that frame. So why don't you call me Little Liza Jane? 'Cause girl, I got it bad for you. There ain't nothing I won't do. Just one kiss and I'll never be the same. Little Liza Jane. Little Liza Jane. So you've heard my story, and you've got to know my name. So why don't you call me Little Liza Jane? 'Cause girl, I got it bad for you. There ain't nothing I won't do. Just one kiss and I'll never be the same. Little Liza Jane. Little Liza Jane. Little Liza Jane. Little Liza Jane. Thank you. I've been in Nashville now. Well, I guess I came here to go to school in 2018, and COVID happened in between that time, so I haven't really been here fully since 2018. I guess I've been a full-time resident in Nashville for going on 2 years now. And I love being here because there's always something going on, and there's always a lot of great music that you can hear, and a lot of great songwriters. And this next song I'm going to play, I did not write, but this was written by a Nashville songwriter that a good friend of mine played this song out a lot. His name was Tom Bresch, and he was a Kentucky guy too. Well, his dad was Merle Travis, who was originally from Western Kentucky. And anyways, this is one of those great storytelling songs. I think it is anyhow. And yeah, here it goes. It was my first time singing in a barroom, and I want to do the songs they love to hear. So before I started picking, I went into that room where little boys go when they've been drinking beer. Then I came out and I stepped into the spotlight. I picked up my guitar and tried to sing. Well, I was looking at the people, and they were looking back at me, kind of like now, but no one was doing anything. Well, the first song that I sang was fast and lively. No one moved except the man at table 3. And he was writing down some words upon his napkin, and the waitress giggled when she handed it to me. It said, "Do you know your fly is standing open? Do you know your zipper is undone?" Just as you'd have guessed, those were my first 2 requests, and I'll be quite honest with you, I never heard of either one. Well, I read it to the crowd and they applauded long and loud. I broke out in a sweat of desperation, and I don't know why or how, but I stood up to take a bow, and I received my first standing ovation. I was proud of it too. Well, I sat back down and tried to make some music when the waitress brought another note to me. And though her face was turning red, she just snickered and said, "It's from that guy again over there at table number 3. And I said, "Oh, good. Well, let's open it up and see." It said, "Do you know your horse ain't in the stable? Do you know your barn door ain't been closed?" And I just couldn't help but wonder, where's he hearing all these stupid songs? One of those Nashville hat singers, I suppose. Then I looked down at the bottom of his napkin, and I started feeling better right away. After all those songs about horses, barns, and stables, well, I finally found a song that I could play. I said, "This man must be a fan of the Beatles, 'cause the song he underlined I'd like to do." And they went into a rage as I stood there on the stage, singing, "P.S. I love you. You, you, you." All right. Thank you. I always have fun playing that one. Another artist I'm a big fan of, who was from Kentucky, and he's actually in the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame, is Keith Whitley. Hopefully we've got a couple Keith Whitley fans out there, and for all those listening. And this was written by a couple great songwriters here in town. Don Schlitz and Paul Overstreet wrote this one, and Keith Whitley had a hit out of it. It's amazing how you can speak right to my heart. Without saying a word, you can light up the dark. Try as I may, I could never explain what I hear when you don't say a thing. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. A touch of your hand says you'll catch me if ever I fall. You say it best when you say nothing at all. All day long I can hear people talking out loud. But when you hold me near, you drown out the crowd. Old Mr. Webster could never define what's being said between your heart and mine. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. A touch of your hand says you'll catch me if ever I fall. You say it best when you say nothing at all. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. A touch of your hand says you'll catch me if ever I fall. You say it best when you say nothing at all. You say it best when you say nothing at all. Thank you. I'm going to play another original for you. And this kind of tells the story about what it's like being a musician in Nashville. It's called Where I Need to Be. There's people from across the country moving to a little town with a street packed full of barrooms, music playing up and down. And there's those who want to make it, while others hardly try, living like a gambler, enough to just get by. At times I sit and wonder, how long should I stay here? The journey's never ending as it goes on year by year. But I've finally come to realize if this life is fit for me, then I'll stay rooted where I am. 'Cause I'm where I need to be. I'm where I need to be. Where I need to be. There's no other place to run to. Well, you can't disagree. I'm where I need to be. Where I need to be. Growing up in the country, I never saw those neon lights. I don't like the taste of whiskey, 'cause I'd rather sleep at night. And making new friends is easy. There's always one to guarantee that this old town was made for music. And that's where I need to be. I'm where I need to be. Where I need to be. There's no other place to run to. Well, you can't disagree. I'm where I need to be. Where I need to be. This is gonna be the spot that I'm supposed to land. Nothing's ever easy here, you gotta understand. The one thing I know is true, I will always see. Another reason why this city fits me to a T, 'cause I'm where I need to be, where I need to be. There's no other place to run to, you can't disagree. I'm where I need to be, where I need to be. I'm where I need to be. Oh, I'm where I need to be. Thank you. This is another tune off of my new album. I'm playing all of them tonight, almost. Not really, but playing you some of my favorites off of the album. You can stream it just about anywhere that you listen to music, and I've got some stuff on my YouTube channel that features my new album as well, and some other covers of mine. But this is a song that I wrote about something that doesn't cost you anything, and you'll have it for a long time. It's called A Smile. If you've ever had to face your doubts or troubles, it's a way to hide your worry or your pain. Sometimes I think it might be contagious, even when I don't know your name. Oh, there's no one else that has one exactly like you do. You never have to say a single word. It doesn't take much effort and won't ever go out of style. You can make a difference with a smile. When a mama holds her baby for the very first time, take a family picture and it looks so right. Walking through the door never gets old. The kids run to grab your neck, oh so tight. Oh, there's no one else that has one exactly like you do. You never have to say a single word. It doesn't take much effort and won't ever go out of style. You can make a difference with a smile. Doesn't matter where you're from or what's behind your name. First thing that I'll give to you will always be the same. There's no one else that has one exactly like you do. Never have to say a single word. It doesn't take much effort and won't ever go out of style. You can make a difference with a smile. You can make a difference with a smile. All right, thank you. Keep the smiling theme going here. Do a little James Taylor for you. Whenever I see your smiling face, I have to smile myself because I love you. Yes, I do. When you give me that pretty little pout, it turns me inside out. There's something about you, baby, that I don't know. Isn't it amazing a man like me can feel this way? Tell me how much longer it can grow stronger every day. Whoa, how much longer? I thought I was in love a couple of times before with the girl next door. That was long before I met you. Now I'm sure that I won't forget you. And I thank my lucky stars that you are who you are. You're not just another lonely lady set out to break my heart. Isn't it amazing a man like me can feel this way? Tell me how much longer it can grow stronger every day. No one can tell me that I'm doing wrong today. Whenever I see you smile at me, no one can tell me that I'm doing wrong today. Whenever I see you smile back at me, no one can tell me that I'm doing wrong today. Whenever I see you smile at me, no one can tell me that I'm doing wrong today. Whenever I see you smile back at me. Thank you. As you can tell, I'm influenced by a lot of different types of music. And another one of my favorite artists, and guitar players too, actually, was Glenn Campbell. We'll do a little medley of a couple of his bigger hits. I am a lineman for the county, and I drive the main road, searching in the sun for another overload. I hear you singing in the wire, I can hear you through the wire. And the Wichita lineman is still on the line. I know I need a small vacation, but it don't look like rain. And if it snows, that stretch down south won't ever stand the strain. I know I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. And the Wichita lineman is still on the line. It's knowing that your door is always open and your path is free to walk that makes me tend to leave my sleeping bag rolled up and stashed behind your couch. And it's knowing I'm not shackled by forgotten words and bonds and the ink stains that have dried upon some line that keeps you on the back roads by the rivers of my memory and keeps you ever gentle on my mind. It's not clinging to the rocks and ivy planted on their columns now that binds me. or something that somebody said, 'cause they thought we fit together walking. It's just knowing that the world will not be cursing or forgiving when I walk along some railroad track and find that you're moving on the back roads by the rivers of my memory, and for hours you're just gentle on my mind. Though the wheat fields and the clotheslines and the junkyards and the highways come between us, some other woman's crying to her mother 'cause she turned and I was gone, long gone. I still might run in silence, tears of joy might stain my face, and the summer sun might burn me till I'm blind. But not to where I cannot see you walking on the back roads by the rivers flowing gentle on my mind. I dip my cup of soup back from a gurgling, crackling cauldron in some train yard. My beard a roughening coal pile and a dirty hat pulled low across my face. Through cupped hands round a tin can, I pretend to hold you to my breast and find that you're waving on the back roads by the rivers of my memory, ever smiling, ever gentle on my mind. You're gentle on my mind. Thank you. I think I've got time for about one more. That'll work? I appreciate you guys so much for being here tonight. I've got time for about one more, and thank you guys for listening. All those listening out there, I want to say hello, and yeah, I'm just having fun playing music, so would greatly appreciate it if you follow me. And thanks again to Overtones Live for having this tonight and having me here. It's been great to play for you. It's a snowy and cold night here in Nashville, Tennessee, but we're having a great time, and we're going to keep the party going with one more song. And this is actually also on my album, and it's a song I wrote about online dating. I'm not sure how many of you have experience with that, but if you do or if you don't, you might know somebody that you do that does use online dating, and I want to send this out to all you hopeless romantics out there tonight. Thanks again for having me. When it comes to meeting women, well, there was a time you could meet her in a bar using a pickup line, share a drink and a laugh, and tell her your name. That's how all the guys have been playing this game. It used to be simple, now it's easy to see that our world is taken over by technology. Since then, things have changed and now it happens real fast. With the touch of a button, love will ever last. Well, you can pose as a farmer, Christian mingle works too, and with Bumble and Tinder, love becomes more true. So you're looking for a way to find a date tonight. If you don't like her, swipe left, but if you do, swipe right. Thumbs will do the talking, so it's meant to be. There's a reason all these programs on your phone come free. You found the right match, the perfect date for you. Now there's only one thing that's left to do. Just forget the conversations and all the social graces. Be careful of the pretty little ones with fake faces. A couple of dates can turn into a dozen, and sooner than later you'll be kissing and a hugging. All those people on your phone is such a beautiful sight. You don't like a swipe left, but if you do, swipe right. With the way the world is working, you can save some time. Just pick up your phone, it won't cost you a dime. It doesn't matter how you meet the love of your life, if you know right away that she could be your wife. A hopeless romantic sees love at first sight. If you don't like a swipe left, but if you do, swipe right. So you're standing there seeing who walks through the door, and there's a person that you hadn't never seen before. Then you panic cause you know this wasn't part of the plan, cause the girl that you were meeting shouldn't look like a man. I've told you once, well now I've told you twice. If you don't like her, swipe left, but if you do, swipe right. Thumbs will do the talking, so it's meant to be. There's a reason all these programs on your phone come free. You found the right match, a perfect date for you. Now there's only one thing that's left to do. Just forget the conversations and all the social graces. Be careful of the pretty little ones with fake faces. A couple of dates can turn into a dozen till you realize you've been going out with your cousin. All these people on your phone is such a beautiful sight. You don't like a swipe left, but if you do, swipe right. Well, if I told you once, well now I've told you twice. If you don't like a swipe left, but if you do, then swipe right.
Let's give it up for Parker Hastings and also for Ian Abel this evening. Thank you so much for being with us. This seems like a great place to end this edition of Overtones Live at Nash House, Southern Spoon and Saloon. And we want to thank our guests first, Parker Hastings and Ian Abel. Let's hear what you have for them. And also, let's thank our amazing sound engineer for this evening. You're going to hear him next on this Nash House stage, Jackson Dino. And all of the amazing staff here at Nash House, Southern Spoon and Saloon, and all of you in our audience for making a choice to listen locally this evening. When we opened the show, you got to hear Kentucky's own The Goodwin Brothers' new release, Don't Need a Cuttin'. And as we close the show, you are listening to their hit song, Everyday Thing. And we hope you will make tuning in to Overtones Live your everyday thing. Until next week, this is Renee Cobb, working in concert each and every week to bring you the best this great state of Tennessee and the musicians of Kentucky have to offer music fans, reminding you that where words fail, music always speaks. Have a great week. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Some people start off with a big romance, a black tie wedding and a fancy dance. Then it's off to an island in the deep blue sea. They get back home thinking that's how love should be. We got married in a country chapel, drove away in a beat up car, bought a little house in our hometown and settled down where we are. Our love is an everyday thing, taking each day as it comes, making it grow like a sweet red rose through the rain and sun. It's so simple how we stay together, solid as a diamond ring. Our love is an everyday thing. It's a country band on a Friday night, a two-step dancing underneath the neon light. When they close the doors, we head on down, a truck stop breakfast at the edge of town. There's a lot to do in this big old world, lots of places we could go. We're too busy doing what we want right here close to home. Our love is an everyday thing, taking each day as it comes, making it grow like a sweet red rose through the rain and sun. It's so simple how we stay together, solid as a diamond ring. everyday thing.